Hello everyone, Crypto Lemon speaking. It's been a few days since I have made my daily crypto news show. I was on vacations and let's get to it and let's try to keep it under 5 minutes. So we're gonna talk about Bitcoin options expiring on Friday, which could spike a bit of volatility. We're gonna talk about a Bitcoin skeptic that actually turned bullish and involved his own company in this bullishness. Then we'll talk about did any one of us actually learn anything from the 55 million DAO attack on Ethereum back in 2016, or did we learn anything from the ICO period? I believe we think we learned, but we did not. Also, we'll talk about how Kraken became the first crypto bank. And finally, we'll end up with Yearn Finance founders that nominated himself as the Uniswap Delegate, and we'll cover more about. So first things first, let's look at the market. So this is not a good day at all for cryptocurrencies, and this is the day I come back from vacation. So maybe you should all save some money and send me back in vacation if you want to enjoy some crypto profits. So everything is red. It's quite easy. I'll move to the end first. It's because of the stock markets. I was talking last week on my 2 or 3 last daily crypto news that the COVID cases are trending up, that it's going to continue to increase in Europe and in India. And this happened. We heard today that some part of Madrid will be reconfined again. In France, it's getting out of control. They're talking about maybe closing school in the near future. We have more and more deaths. We have more and more people infected. And of course, it impacts all the oil industry, as Bloomberg was saying, all the tourism industry, and a lot of other things. So this is the main reason that I found to understand why the crypto market is sinking. So as usual, I will love, as all of you, that it will be decorrelated from the stock market or other risky assets. It is not. Profit taking Bitcoin miners won't stop the next bull run. So this is a nice article you'll find in the YouTube or the platform description. So it just shows that while a miner had actually quite a sizable position of Bitcoin back in June, July, they sold through most of their Bitcoin that they had accumulated before, plus the ones they were currently mining. And it did not crash. It crashed a bit, of course, the Bitcoin price, but not so much. And we were able to bounce again end of June, end of June to August, actually. So miners selling the Bitcoin they had in reserves or that they were currently mining did not crash the Bitcoin, which is quite bullish. So it means that there are a lot of people out there looking to buy Bitcoins. And the last thing about this article that I liked is this short-term hodler. So this is a 7-day holders with unrealized gains. And this is what the guy writing the article is talking about. We have this small bounce here, meaning that actually people are accumulating in this area and that it has been the case before any of the bull run pre-2018. But let's be honest, it wasn't the case, for example, in March. But March was a COVID situation, so it might be a bit different. And going on the same topic, this is really an article to read, I believe. This is, you remember MicroStrategy, the first company to actually say that they will put their cash holdings in Bitcoins as they preferred it to USD, for example. It's a listed company on NASDAQ. Well, they did it again. We just learned that they bought a bunch of Bitcoin on September 14th. They acquired 17,000 Bitcoins. So it was $175 million. It's really interesting. You have to go through, actually the CEO pushed a lot to do this, as it for him Bitcoins makes a lot of sense. And what's even funnier is that the CEO was somebody not believing in Bitcoin in 2013. He forgot about a tweet that he tweeted at that time saying that Bitcoin was basically useless. And look at him now, the first one buying Bitcoin to protect himself from potentially inflation, but for also negative returns, as in secured bonds or in cash that he's getting at the moment for his treasure, for his cash holdings. Then, well, this was not that one. This was this article. So did Ethereum learn anything from the $55 million DAO attack? It's a really good article. If you were not there in 2016, it goes through the entire process of what happened, why it happened, basically how Ethereum became Ethereum, and also about the sociology and how we view these events and what did we learn from it. To sum it up, we didn't learn anything because we're doing the same mistake, putting billions in protocols that have, even if they have been audited, as the DAO was more or less, it's too much money to just try out new functions. So it's obviously targeting this new liquidity mining craze. I'm participating in this one, but it doesn't make sense. I'm just trying to make some money. I understand the risk. I understand this is a new ICO craze and that most of the tokens will be completely worthless in the future. But this is quite interesting. But I would like to remind you to really, really do not invest more than you will like eventually to lose, because this is really dangerous out there, and there are a lot of scams, and even if it is not a scam, it's probably going to be useless in the future. Yearn Finance founder nominates self as Uniswap Delegate. So as you know, Uniswap, the team behind the protocol and the platform, basically said they will not be involved in governance. That will be the job of all of us. And so we have André Cronje, the founder of Yearn Finance, that first of all said that he would like to get involved as a member of the board of Uniswap. But he also reminded, because a lot of its community said, oh, if you're going to be a member, then you probably add the Yearn Finance token plus Ethereum pair to mine a new Uniswap token. And he just said at this time, this is not what he's looking to do. Who knows later on. And also, he's saying that there are better incentives to make for the entire ecosystem with the Uniswap token. And he was notably naming to kind of bring back DAI and SUSD to peg, to a parity. Because if it's true that it's been a while that DAI is sitting north of $1, and this just doesn't make sense, and it shows that actually DAI is not properly working as it should be. But if we had platforms like Uniswap and making a pool of DAI SUSD, then you will have people bringing liquidity to make it one-to-one, and therefore maybe helping their ecosystem to have a decentralized stablecoin. How does Kraken's new crypto bank work? So Kraken has been the first bank, notably US bank, to get a banking license. I think it was in Dakota or Wyoming. I think they got a Wyoming license. And so this is becoming real. Banks, as we learned a few months back, can hold digital assets, and at the same time we have crypto exchanges that are becoming banks. So this is what is supposed to happen when you have a new technology that's here to basically revolutionize the entire space. Really interesting podcast from CoinDesk Crypto. Link will be, of course, in the notes, and just listen to it. I really love all that they're doing, and you should really definitely look at it. So this is it for today. As you can see, the financial markets do not want to come back up, and I'm quite worried for this afternoon when the Nasdaq will open, because as we saw in previous daily crypto news, there is a high correlation between Nasdaq and the cryptocurrency market. So I'll see you tomorrow, and it's glad to be back. A lot to do as usual, and stay tuned, and don't forget to follow my YouTube channel. Stay safe. Bye bye.